For all of tonight's recipes, go to 9msn.com.au/homecooked. And for more of Julie's sumptuous meals, pick up a copy of the Australian Women's Weekly.
Welcome back to Home Cooked. It's my absolute pleasure today to welcome into my kitchen one of Australia's most respected actors, Roy Billing. Welcome,
Julie.
Roy.
Thank you.
Here we go. That's
On with
picture
the
out.
apron.
That's the way. And I believe we're going to do a roast lamb together today.
That'd be great. I love roast lamb and I love cooking it, but what I'd really like to know is how to get it consistently right all the time.
Well, let's cook one and find out.
Okay.
I'm going to get you to slice up some garlic for me that way.
Okay, that way, right.
What we're going to do here today, Roy, is your absolute standard, beautiful garlic, rosemary, traditional roast lamb.
Sounds good
Staple.
to me.
So I'm just piercing the lamb here and we're going to tuck the garlic and some rosemary in. And
Great.
it gets right down into the meat and flavours it all beautifully. I'll get you to strip a few leaves off the rosemary for me too.
Right. Chop that little sprigs like that, do you want?
Yeah, little sprigs.
What do you look for when you're buying the perfect sort of leg of lamb?
Look, I think it's an important thing to have a relationship with your butcher. If you know your butcher... Not that kind of relationship.
I've got a relationship with my butcher. He gives me tips on the horses.
Well, so then you would trust him with your meat, I suppose. If your butcher knows you and if you talk to him, and then you know he's going to help you out with the best that he has. What we're going to do is pop that just into a baking dish. I don't put it on a rack or anything because where it contacts the pan at the bottom is where that beautiful dark brown stuff comes out, and that makes the best gravy.
For your gravy, yeah.
The secret, I think, to timing it is it's about 15 minutes for the roast and then 15 minutes per 500 gram. So if you've got a 2 kilo roast, you're looking at an hour and a quarter, and that's for a medium lamb. So if you like it a bit less than that, a little bit less time, a little over, a little more time. So before I whack this in the oven, I'm going to give it a bit of a season.
Salt and pepper, yum, yum.
As you must.
I love the taste of the salt when it sort of cooks on that
Yeah, I
skin.
know. Especially beautiful flaked sea salt makes a difference than just your ordinary cooking salt. A bit of ground black pepper.
So you've got no oil or anything in the pan, just the leg of lamb?
No, look, a leg of lamb has quite a lot of fat in it. We've pierced the skin, the fat's going to come out, render out, it's going to self-baste. So I don't think there's any need to add extra oil into that.
Great.
Okay, into the oven.
Yum.
Now the meat's cooking, Roy and I can get started on the thick mint sauce. All we need is some mint, sugar, vinegar and lemon. I want to get you to chop me about 3/4 cup of mint.
Right,
there she
mint smells
goes.
great too.
Mint's beautiful. You know, some people like a thin sort of very acidic mint sauce, but I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, so I like mine to be sort of thick and fairly sweet.
Girl after my own heart.
So about 3/4 cup of vinegar, a cup of sugar.
It?
And the reason for the lemon is purely that I want some pips out of it.
Oh, okay.
Because...
why's that?
Well, they are often used in jam making because as they boil away, they release pectin. And pectin is the setting agent in jam. So I pop it into my mint sauce just so it is that little bit thicker. So I'll just put my lemon pips in. The mint doesn't go in until after the sauce is thickened up anyway.
Okay. So
this has got to boil for about 5 minutes or so.
That fine enough?
Give it another couple of runs through there, Roy. Just so you only get little bits of green in your teeth, not great big ones. Once the syrup is thickened, pour it into a jug and remove the pips. Then just toss the mint through and it'll be sweet and delicious. So the mint sauce is done. I think that roast smells like it's cooked.
Beautiful. Oh, smell that.
Look at that.
Great.
Beautiful. Now what we need to do, Roy, is let that rest for at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
On a tray.
Okay.
I'm going to pop some foil over that. Now, in my family, it's not a lamb roast without a beautiful gravy. So I'm just going to make it right here in the pan on the stovetop.
Wow.
About 1/4 cup.
Just in what was in the pan.
So we just stir that in, mash it all around. And I've got that on the heat. And that's just going to thicken all that up. Then just add some beef stock and make sure you get all the lumps out. Let it boil for a few minutes until it's thickened. Then you'll know the flour is cooked and it's done. So Roy, we've done the gravy, we've done the roast, we've done the mint sauce. But I think the hardest part's ahead. It's my least favourite part, and that's carving.
Oh,
are you good at carving?
I'm up for that, I'm up for that.
You're a bit scary with a knife, Roy. So don't go away, because when we come back, Roy's going to carve up our leg of lamb, and I'm going to show you the perfect dessert to complement the roast.
Glad are proud sponsors of Home Cooked with Julie Goodwin. You can always count on Glad. Next time on Home Cooked, Julie creates some takeaway treats at home. There's a family favourite, beer-battered fish and chips. From the comedy club to the kitchen, we test Cal Wilson's culinary skills. And Julie creates a flatbread pizza that's quicker and tastier than home delivery.
Welcome back to Home Cooked. I've got Roy Billing here with me, helping me make a lovely Sunday roast. We've got our lamb resting, and I reckon that no roast's complete without a nice dessert. What do you reckon, Roy?
I reckon that too.
I like a lemon tart after a lamb roast because it's a bit fatty and a bit rich, and this is just something that cuts through all that.
Okay.
I'm going to get you squeezing me some lemon juice, please.
Okay.
So I need about 125 mils of that.
All right.
Okay. And I'm going to crack 4 eggs into a bowl. 125, yeah, about a quarter of a cup. So it's 4 eggs and a cup of caster sugar. I'm just going to set that over a pan of barely simmering water and whisk it until it's all dissolved. The reason why I put it over barely simmering water is so that it doesn't cook too quickly. Because when you're dealing with eggs, if it cooks too quickly, it goes like scrambled eggs. What's your favourite dessert, Roy?
Very partial to a steamed pudding.
Oh, what kind?
The one with golden syrup that my mother used to make.
Yum. Okay, so that's all dissolved. I'm going to add in that lemon juice and the butter. And then all you do is stir and stir and stir. It takes quite a while, but this is where you can go to your happy cooking place and just stir it. The key here is just to make sure that the water beneath doesn't go more than a simmer, because again, if you cook it too quickly, you'll curdle it. So you've got to be a bit patient with this one. So Roy, do you get much time to cook in between all your acting commitments?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you're either flat out or you've got downtime, but I love cooking on the weekend. I love doing a big dinner or a lunch for friends. It's great fun.
And so besides a lamb roast, what do you reckon you're known for?
Oh, I do a pretty mean paella.
Oh,
very, very
lovely.
good. I like doing risottos, like doing lots of pasta sauces and all sorts of things.
So when's my invite coming?
Soon.
So you can tell it's done when you can lay a ribbon across the surface of it like that, and it stays for a moment before it melts in. So we're just going to let that cool off before we fill our tarts. Yep, that's cooled off.
All right.
It's thickened up.
How full?
Oh, I think you want a good generous amount in there.
Yeah, good.
There we go. Give it a swirl on top to make it pretty.
Oh.
There you go.
A bit of a swirl.
Oh, that smells good, doesn't it? It's mainly.
Oh, it's nice just like that.
It is, isn't it? You could eat that just out of the bowl. All right, well, that's as easy as, isn't it? Lemon curd tart. I reckon they're going to be yum.
I reckon too.
Okay, Roy, you up for it?
Here we go.
It's time for the challenge. That sounds very professional. And away you go.
Right. I like to carve it sort of down like that. Take slices off so that each bit of meat's got a bit of the skin on it.
Oh, that's the best bit, isn't it?
Yeah. So you're sort of making a triangle like that. Yum, look at that, it smells beautiful. And you can just cut it.
Looks great. You don't mind if I start to do it while you're hard at work?
Hey, you don't get any pudding until you've eaten your meat and your greens.
Oh, Dad.